Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Loading Artist comic stream. How is everyone doing? Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Hello, hello. Oh, this is just the newest shirt design in the shop. Although, don't look at it too closely, because this is just the prototype. This is the prototype version. This is the worst version. So don't look at it too closely. Just get a glimpse of it, and then you look away. You look away to the official shop version. Which, by the way, there's also, funnily enough, coincidentally, there's also a sale going on. Get 15% off everything store-wide. Discount applied at checkout. What a crazy coincidence that is. Anywho's, now that we have that out of the way, good morning, everyone. Hello, Nick Tiffy, Supertux, Fenzi, Stroik, Detonator, Maggie's here as well. We also have Comicode's here, Nico Arts, welcome back, Big White Bear 18. I do like your channel, good to see you. And Stroik as well. Did I say Stroik already? Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? 15%, that's almost 16%. Well, don't overhype it. It's only a 15% discount. 16% would be crazy. Then I'd be making a loss. That's 16%. Let's see here. But you know, it is better than 14%. That's true, Detonator. That is very true. And how dare you look so closely. And Big White Bear, he's back. The assassins have failed again. I hope you kept your receipt. Alright. Good to see you all. Still waking up a little bit here. Ugh. Ugh. In fact, hold on, what am I doing? I have chemicals for this. Okay, excellent. Hey, Paste? Paste? Get in here. Hold on. Cat's meowing. Get in here. Get in here. Oh, you. Paste sure knows how to choose when she wants to play. Playing with her this morning, and then she was just plopping. Didn't want to play anymore. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good because I don't want to play too hard in the morning because then she'll throw up, which she has in the past. And I'll show you in what state I left her in before starting the stream. Let me show you right here. Like this. Pace was done. Pace was like falling asleep, just like falling asleep like that in the tunnel, in the mini tunnel. Didn't want to play anymore. And then as soon as I start streaming, she brings over the little bead and is meowing at me. Oh wait, no. Gone back into the tunnel. Okay. All good. And also, if you look behind me, I mean, I've got not only one, but I got two cat trees here. Plenty of places for Pace to sleep on, but would rather sleep on the ground outside. Okay. All good. All good. Let's turn the music down in my ears a bit. What's going on? Detonator. Can you repeat that about the merch discount, all that stuff? And also, do you ship to Brazil? I'm pretty sure I ship to Brazil. I'm pretty sure. I don't think the store doesn't ship to Brazil. I guess you could try. But yes, new design. Bam! Also, new redesign as well. The coffee break t-shirt's got a little sneaky redesign. And there's a 15% discount store-wide. There you go, Detonator. That's all there is. Also all the news. I've been posting to the website more often, loadingartist.com. So get your updates there. More details there. Loadingartist.com, the best place to read loading artist related news and comics. Check it out. Okay. Let's see. What am I doing? Let me just... What am I doing? Oh, yes. Okay, wait here. Let me move this to the side. that. And then there we go. Okay. Oh, and also unpause the alerts as well. All right. Hey, Dower as well. Good to see you here. And Janakis, thank you for the hydration. Definitely. Definitely. Definitely needing it. I think last night was actually the first time that Paste.
I was being too clever for my own good.
That Paste managed to stay out of the bathroom for the entire night. Because usually Paste will, hang out with me. This is probably not the best comic to talk about this on. But, she'll be in my bed overnight. Nothing weird about that. Just don't look at the comic. Also, congrats on that spider. Grass cutter. And it's been cute because before, especially when Pace was more of a kitten, it's just, you can't keep her outside of the bathroom overnight because she'll get up to all sorts of trouble and just being annoying and whatnot. But last night was the first night that, as far as I can tell, that I never had to get up in the middle of the night to lock her into the bathroom. She was out free range the entire night, and I got a relatively decent amount of sleep. So it's good progress. And when I say lock her in the bathroom at night, that sounds kind of malicious. It kind of sounds like I'm holding her hostage or anything like that. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. In fact, most of the time, she goes into the bathroom by herself and then just lets me close the door behind her. She says goodnight, I say goodnight, and I go back to bed. It's very cute. But then I also wonder, like, why can't you just do this by yourself? Why do you need me to go up and close the door? I guess it's kind of like tucking someone in at night, which I guess is kind of cute. Maybe she's planning something now? I hope what she's planning is just a long sleep. That would be nice. Okay, let's have a quick peek at what we're up to in the comic here. Also, forgive my dark camera. Last stream, we were being quite busy bees. We finished pretty much all of the line art, as far as I can tell. First panel, looking good. I think she might need an arm. Maybe. It looks a little... I don't know. A little suspicious that she has no arms here. Usually I can get away with no arms if they don't need them, but here it just looks like I've forgotten it. Here, I'm gonna have to... I don't know if I like this hair. It looks too... I don't know. Like, all I can see is a circle with, like, a little slice cut out of it, and then this line here. It doesn't feel like connected hair. Same here. Definitely here. Mostly here. Here it's, like, connected again. See this? That feels like hair. That looks fine. Guitar Piper resubbing with that Twitch Prime. Thank you, Guitar Piper. And welcome back. 68 months. Almost nice. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, let's get the pen out. And, oh, you know what? Before we do any more work, I forgot. This whole time I've been just talking about my store and stuff. Why not show you my store and stuff? Hey, that would make a lot more sense. Not to distract too much from the actual content of the stream itself. But since we're so far ahead, I may as well take the opportunity to show off. Yes, I've been posting to the site more often, so I got this boo sale thing. And then before even the load lurking animation thing, you can also find it on Giphy and whatnot. There it is as well. Giphy, whatever, my Giphy page, etc. And there's just, yeah, more posts and stuff. Like, what's this? Oh, look. The Plucked Up story was wrapped up here. Pretty neat. Etc, etc. Anywho's, we go over here to the shop. Bam! Check it out. New design, new redesign as well. Got the redesign of the Coffee Break t-shirt, V2. Hey, pretty good looking, I think. I'm gonna have to snag me one of those. And then, of course, here's the Boo shirt, which I'm wearing right now. But I'm wearing, again, the prototype version. That one is bigger and clearer, and also 15% off and discount at checkout. My bad. And also, if you have any like feedback for the store or whatever, the whole site in general, I'd love to hear it. Not sure why this is so. Is the font always this big? Why is the font so big? Doesn't look like this on Firefox. Because the arrows aren't even like, hey, what's going on over here? Okay, I'm gonna have to look into this. Not sure why that's so big, but whatever. No biggie. I guess actually it is a biggie. No smallie. Let's get back to work now. Hey, Clock. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Good to see you again, Clock. How you doing? Why is it so big? That's what she asked. Woo! Hoping to order something this month. Need to get mailbox issues here sorted first. Oh, well, nice. Good luck with the mailbox issues. Pansy, I hate when there's like postal problems. Oh man, just recently. The crappy thing about living in an apartment is people can't deliver stuff to you. Like they can't get into the building. And they either just, you know, can't get in and then make you go somewhere else to pick it up, or they just leave it outside on the street, and then people steal it. That totally happens, funnily enough. But then just yesterday, I actually had to go pick up a parcel, and super frustrating. They dropped it off at a convenience store called Pure Convenience, and it was right next door to the auto shop where I just picked up my car from getting a car service, and it was just like, it's right next door. This is such a terrible. What the hell what am I talking about? This story makes it makes no sense. It's also not interesting at all. It's not interesting at all. Basically, they delivered my package to a place that I was just at next door, and then I had to go all the way back the next day. That's so boring. Oh my god. Just kill me. what a terrible story. Anyway, I got the package now, and no, it's just not getting any better. The story doesn't get better. The end. There's nothing else. No sequel to that story. Hey, Firefly. And yeah, Clock, I'm doing all right.
Can you get a disease from eating dust?
Oh man. Also, Detonator just asked my dad for a credit card, and he just said, "But is this website safe?" Hey, this stranger online that draws funny pictures for a living gives you the guarantee, safety guaranteed. Trust me, I'm wearing a hat. No, it is legit. The store is, I mean, to be fair, I don't even, if it makes you feel any better, I can't even see your credit card details. It doesn't even go through my hands. The shop is powered by Fourth Wall, which is a pretty ever growing shop system site thing that a lot of content creators use. It's pretty cool. So that makes it more legit, I think. Also, hey Yoyoto as well. Yoyoto, Yoyoto. How you doing? And Komiko, what happened to your car? Nothing, which is the worst part. It's just like that annual car service they recommend you get, or like it's either every 12,000 kilometers or something, or every year, whatever comes first. And for me, it's always the year that comes first because I barely drive the car. But it's good to have a little, just make sure it's not going to explode on me or anything like that. So it's all good. Not sure if it's a legal requirement here in New Zealand, but here we are. What should I do here? Oh gosh. Oh golly gosh. I'm not sure what looks so good. Because that looks weird to me now too. Having hair like this. I don't like it. I almost prefer that, even though that looks kind of weird too. I don't know. Yoda, you woke up 6 a.m., was out all day, got back home at 8 p.m., had a little nap until now, might sleep more, so tired. Oh gosh, it looks like your sleeping schedule's all out of whack. Jeez Louise. But yeah, have a sleep if you're feeling sleepy though, Yoda. Don't feel like you need to stay up just for me. Have a good snooze, or even use the stream as a way of lulling yourself to sleep. Oh god, especially when it's just like, I don't know what it is I'm drawing here. What am I even bothering with the line art for? This is the shading and... Oh, that's right. I forgot her arm. That's what I was supposed to do. We'll do shading and coloring like immediately after this. Let me just get her arm here first. No, nothing fancy. Just simple sleeve, a simple arm. We remove that part and we remove this part. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's just make... Yeah, alright, that looks pretty good. I'm so on edge when it comes to having some problems with my audio or my microphone, because every time I check the chat, I misinterpret what you guys are saying. Like I'm glancing over and I just see Stroik saying, "The sound is terrible," load cry. But then I reread it and Stroik's just saying, "That sounds terrible." And I'm like, okay, all good. I look back to my work, look back to the chat, I see Fenzi saying, like, sounds okay at least. Like, the audio is not that great, but it's okay at least. Reread it. Sounds productive at least. So it's just the word sound is just throwing me off. I just constantly just assume it's something wrong with this microphone. The sound sounds so professional and good. Okay, good. First time I read that, I thought it said unprofessional. But okay. Okay, good to know. Microphone is decent today. Got the mic PTSD from changing the USB and Windows being terrible. Yeah, it's just... There's a couple things that went wrong. Ever since then, I've just been on edge. Coloring. Let's do that. So let's do line art, and borders is our reference. And then we do colors. But before we do colors, let's do a BG folder. And in the BG folder, we'll do a temporary color of, let's say, green. Because we're not going to be using much green in this comic, as far as I can tell. Then we will hide the sketch. And then start with filling in the emptiness of our lives. I wonder if he should be wearing like a white doctor's jacket thing as well. I think so. I think white's good there. And just so ever so quickly do all this. Oh, the jacket, can't forget. I immediately forgot about the jacket. The face, the eyes, the jacket. And then the eyes here as well, the jacket. Okay. And then we jump over to the mouths. See, oh, I forgot to put on the pencil. Pencil. See, there it is. I was using these colors up here now. So those two last colors are the mouth colors that I've been using. So I'm just going to quickly fill those. Done. And then, let's see, do blue. think blue is a typical shirt color for like doctors or vets in this case. Hey, DePower, hello, welcome back. And Andrea as well, welcome back. Good to see you. Maybe the hair is too straight in panel 2. It almost looks wet. In panel 1, the hair has a slight curve when it's hanging down. Yeah, the curve is quite nice, huh? Oh, I forgot to add a few more lines here now that I've brought in her bosom. There's a bit of a gap here. Yeah, this is... I agree. I think if it has a bit more of a... Yeah, like this. Like a nice little flow. I think that would do quite nicely. In fact, if I do that... And check this out. Hello. Who's this? Who's this cutie? That looks a little bit better. And then we could do the same sort of technique for this panel. Just bring it over like that. Maybe... Yeah, that's alright. I think that looks a bit better. I forgot the arm. Forgot the arm? What's this? And what's this? You've been on Edge, but Chrome is so much better. Oh, I've been on Edge lately, but Chrome is so much better. For a second, I was like, how did you know I've been on Edge? Because I've been using Edge a little bit, but only for that Bing chat AI thing. And since I realized you could accumulate like Bing points, Microsoft Bing points by doing like daily surveys and using Bing search and whatever, I've been trying to accumulate enough points to submit 150 entries into the Microsoft Surface sweepstakes or something. Like you can redeem stuff for your points, like Xbox Live Gold or whatever and other things. But I've been like accumulating those points because there's this thing for 5,000 points where you get 150 entries into potentially winning a Microsoft Surface. So that's what I'm aiming for. This just sounds like I'm advertising for Microsoft right now, but totally is not the case. I'm just trying to take advantage of them. And I'm not even looking forward to using a Microsoft Surface, but it would be pretty neat to win something. Which button switches between the two colors? What shortcut is that? I couldn't find it the other day, Strike. I have it set to C, but I'm not sure if C is the default button to change between the two. It might be X. I think X is what it is in Photoshop. Let me have a quick peek here. Shortcut settings. If you go to oh, you can't see this part, but shortcut settings, and you go to switch between. Oh yeah, if you go to shortcut settings, and you switch between. Oh, let me just show you a screenshot of this. Here you go, Strike. So the shortcut settings, right? You go into here. Let me shortcut settings. Then you change the category to options. Options here, right? And then you scroll all the way down until you find drawing color. And then where it says switch main color and subcolor, that's what you want. So I've got it set to C. See? And that changes between the main and the subcolor. Red, white. Or in this case, black, white, black, white. And I got X is the between drawing color and transparent color. C, X, X, C, 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 X, 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 C, 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 X, X, X. Yeah, just like that. Hope that helps. Very useful. Oh, in the third panel, I forgot the arm. Third panel. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I do like your channel. I did forget that. There it is. Daddy Doodle. You were gonna say that? Oh, well, thank you, Daddy Doodle. Thank you as well. Secondary thanks to you. And Saruman. Hey, Saruman. Welcome back. How are you? Whole gang's getting back together. Whoop. And Anime, you approve of this comic? Very funny? Hey, well, thank you very much. I'm glad. I was a little worried about doing this comic just because it's just... There's been so many of these types of cat-related ones. I don't want anyone getting any weird ideas. And when am I going to start a Minecraft server with us? A Minecraft server? Never really considered it. I haven't played Minecraft in forever. Forever. And to be honest, I'm a little scared because I think the last time I tried playing it, like my friend had a server, and on a whim I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, Minecraft, that was fun. I had a lot of fun with that back in the day. Why not?" And I was just so confused by all the new add-ons and changes and upgrades, whatever. So many different things now. I felt like that scene in Shawshank Redemption when the guy that was in jail for like most of his life comes out of jail and he just has no idea how to fit back into society because everyone's just evolved so much and everything's too different now. That's how I felt. And it pretty much ended the same way. Without saying any spoilers, but I don't play Minecraft anymore. I got out. But it is cool to see it still being so popular. Because I remember playing it, not to be like, I played it before it was cool. But I did play it before it was cool. Actually, I played it when it was just starting to get cool. I was playing I think the alpha. I think it was called the alpha, yeah, alpha version of it. And yeah, that was good times. Good times. First time I played Minecraft, I stayed up all night. And back then, it would have been like super basic as well compared to what it is now. And let's see. Oh, I'm missing some chat. Whoopsie daisy. Microsoft's are taking advantage of you for using the product. I mean, if they want to give me points for using Bing or participating in a poll of like which city do I prefer, Paris or Rome? Sure, I mean I'll do it. It's kind of fun. That's like it's it's embarrassing to say, but doing the Bing reward stuff every day, it's kind of scratched my itch for playing games, if you can believe it. Like a particular kind of game. Like sometimes I have this itch to play like a kind of a grindy game where it's just you go in, you do your dailies, you grab your like free 100 credit pack that they always offer in the store every day or whatever, and you just jump in and jump out. You tap a few buttons, some numbers go up, you get out. And I feel like that itch is being scratched by doing the daily Bing reward stuff. And it's, I mean, if it actually results in me winning something, getting something physical, like a physical reward for it at the end, then all the better. And Detonator, you bought it? You bought the thing from the store? Hey, well, thank you very much, Detonator. Hey, love the stuff. Load love. Much appreciated, Detonator. Let me know if you have any issues with anything. Unless other than, you know, having your credit card information stolen, because you can't reach me for that because I'll be out of the country. I'll be flying away after the stream. on your credit card as well. So thank you very much in advance. And to power, how much does it cost to be a VIP? The VIP is the information's on the Patreon, it's the 4th tier, and requires 2 pledges at that tier before you get the thingamajiggy, the character. And let's see. There is an unofficial loading artist Minecraft server. Oh yeah? Not sure how active it is these days though. Oh. Fair enough. Also, hey, Book Ruffle Cartoons. Hello, Governor. How's it going? Somewhere on that Minecraft server, there's a sign that says Gregor was here. Kind of reminds me of like an Ancient Aliens episode or something. Some like inscription from like the alien overseer, alien god that came and visited 1,000 years ago and has never been seen again. And Andrea, you like the blue outline on the shirt? Can't really tell it's blue outline here. Again, this is the prototype version of the shirt, but thank you very much. Yeah, I'm glad because the blue outline was something I was like, should I do blue outline or should I keep a black outline? So thank you, Andrea, for making me feel justified in my decision. And Daddy Doodle, Gregor, you sound like what your characters look like, if that makes sense. I will. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. I think the cat will be orange. In fact, I'm gonna make the cat be its own layer because I'm gonna go and add these like extra details that are just for the cat. Because right now it just looks like a fox. I agree. It looks like a fox right now. Don't look at it. I might even change the colors of the cat. I still have to add stripes. Stripes will be added right now. Multiply. Yeah, I'm not really sure if these are the right colors to use, but the good thing about having them on separate layers is that I can always experiment. Right now I'm kind of going for like a Garfield aesthetic. Kind of cute. A wind-up doll. And Strike, I used to be on that unofficial Minecraft server, but I can't get Minecraft to work anymore for the life of me. Oh, really? What's holding you back? What's the problem? Choose. Thank you very much. Also, before I forget, I'm gonna... Oh, you know what? You know what I might do before I drink too much of this water? I'm gonna add a little, like a Baraka energy thing. I'm gonna do that. I always forget to do this. I do like a channel. Make it a blue cat like I do in Gardic Phone. Too risky for a comic. Gardic Phone is fine, but for a comic, everyone's gonna be like, what's with the blue cat? He blew his cat? Jesus Christ. Alright, here we go. Okay. Gonna let that simmer for a bit. And it should just be a fox that the comic would be better. Well, that it wouldn't make any goddamn sense if it was a fox, because people don't typically have foxes as their pets that bring them into the vet. I've also never met a fox called Bella before, so there's that too. Is it intentional that the girl's hair thingamabob is missing on the 4th panel? No, it's not. Thank you for the reminder. Whoopsies. A very, very good point. In fact, I'm going to make this a little lower there. I'm going to move this over there. So yeah, thank you very much. Completely forgot about that. Alright, good, good, good. Man, that would have destroyed me. If I posted the comic and I forgot the hair thingy, I would be kicking myself so hard, I'd have to go to the hospital. And then also jail for kicking someone's ass so bad. For attempted murder. Of someone's ass. Also, just to go back quickly, Daddy Doodle, yeah, for some reason I feel like if you were to animate your comics, you'd make the perfect voice actor for them. Let's hear your lady voice. What? Well, this is where it just falls apart, isn't it? Oh, you're a cutie. Wait, hold on. Oh, you're a cutie. What's your name? Excuse me, but that's extremely inappropriate. No, it's no good. Excuse me. Excuse me, but that's extremely inappropriate. Excuse me. I can't do it. Can't do it. That's as good as it gets. Oh, her name is Bella. Oh. Oh. Her name is Bella. Excuse me, but that's extremely inappropriate. I can't even imagine what that must sound like in your ears. Even just hearing it coming out of my own mouth, it's grating. My eardrums have been grated into a fine cheese. Into a fine cheese topping. Yum, yum. What are we doing? Oh, the cat. Okay. Well, I'm not doing the cat. I mean, no one's doing the cat. I'm gonna be drawing some more cat stripes. Gregor's lady voice is the squeaky voice team from The Simpsons. Oh, God, I don't know how to do it. I'm on the spot now. You should really buy a cinema ticket. I can't do it. I've ruined everything. Sounds like Mickey Mouse, which reminds me, are you going to use Mickey Mouse in your comic when the copyright expires in 2024? Is that actually going to happen? That the Mickey Mouse copyright expires? Because I feel like I thought it's supposed to expire like years ago, but Disney always pulls something out of their hat and it makes it like copyrightable for another 30 years. Is that not what's happening? I totally thought that they would have some sort of trick. These stripes are not consistent. This stripe is like, it's missing like a whole stripe here. Let me just do another. Jeez Louise. That looks alright. That's pretty cute. Yeah. The Steamboat Willie version is already copyright free. Is it? Is it? Hey, Ikubo. Disney have a ton of lobbyists and probably gonna extend the copyright for their character. Yeah, I just can't see Mickey Mouse ever becoming like a copyright-free character. Free domain. Can't see that happening. I don't know. I also don't know enough about copyright law to really understand what the hell's going on. Yodo, you should have made the cat more paste-like with paste color palette for reasons. I don't want to. I don't want there to be any more like any more of a magnifying glass on my own cat with this comic. I mean, my parents even read this comic, so I don't want them having any ideas. It's okay. I'm only suggesting about having intimate relationship with someone else's cat, not my own. It makes it a lot better. But saying that, I think a more or less foxy-like coloring for the cat is funnier because it makes the cat look more plain and just more normal like a cat and not like a cool sexy cat or anything like that. I'm looking at you, furries. Fox fetishes and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Gregor would make a way better homebrew Mickey Mouse voice. Oh my god. Well, Mickey Mouse's voice is weird enough as it is. Oh, Donald. Oh, my name Mickey. What's your name? Like, it just sounds like a weird kind of pedophile ghost or something. I don't know. I don't like it. On the flip side, Donald Duck, that's like a really weird voice too, but I like Donald Duck's voice. It's just I can't do it. It's too good though. Like that's all I know. But I don't know how they talk like that. Hey, Mickey, we gotta go and fix the car and pick up my nephews. Huey, Dewey, Louie. Sounds like Donald Duck meets the Godfather. You come to me on my nephew's wedding, asking for a favor. I would. Okay, that would be a Godfather I would watch. Duckfather. Duckfather, yeah. Godfather, Donald Duck crossover. I'd watch that. Also, Okami4, thank you very much for the 41 months with that Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. Also, hey Spixel, good to see you here. How you doing? Fenzi, as a furry, zoophiles are very much frowned upon within the community. Well, that's fair. I mean, that is fair. If it gets too realistic, you know, nobody likes that. Well, some people do, but they're on the outskirts of society, far, far away. That's why, yeah, Lola Bunny, you know, you can't just go to a petting zoo and just get the same experience as you would at Space Jam, you know? Lola Bunny, you got there's a whole package to do with Lola Bunny. Also, Riga Mox, thank you very much for the 7 months. Let's go back. Let's see here. Is that what Hat Duck sounds like? No, nothing sounds like what I just tried to do, especially not Donald Duck. Or Hat Duck. Forgive me. The cat carrier. I think it would look good if it was like blue and gray. Does that look like a cat carrier? Or is that just weird? And then also the inside has to be like dark. Wait, hold on. Let me get rid of these bars from the line art folder. Something like that. And we change the BG to be something else. I'm not sure exactly what the BG should be. G. It's kind of going for like a metal, you know how like vet, yeah, it's gonna be like a metal table with some reflections or something. I think metal would look good as like this color or something, but then the background needs to be a little bit darker, a smidge darker. But not too dark, because it's not dark in a vet's office. Now, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll do some shading and see how it goes. Too young to die. Did you hear about the fire in the shoe factory? 10,000 souls were lost. The police said some heels started it? Some heels started it. Heels? What is it? Did I nail that delivery or what? What? I don't understand. The 10,000 souls were lost. I get that much. But the other part, some heels started it. No idea. Although I know what a heel is in terms of shoes. But I guess I'm not in the arsonist industry to know what the pun is. If someone plays the bad guy, they're a heel. Oh, heel is like a bad guy in a story. Oh, I didn't even realize that was a thing. I've never heard of that term before. Never, ever. Well, actually, I have heard of it just like 10 seconds ago. But other than that, before that, I've never heard of that as a word before. How's a hey salty Wookie? The background should be minty green like a hospital. Not a bad idea. Not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea at all. Goddamn. That is one very, very strong color. It is a lot of blue otherwise. Let me see if I can do like a smidge more minty. But it's a bit too saturated or something. It's burning my retina a little bit. I'm not sure in what exact way. Definitely makes it look less like they're outside if it's not blue. Okay, you know what? Let's keep it like this for now. But it's going to look a lot better with shading. We're going to do that now. Just, you wait and see. It's going to be good. Akubo, how do you come up with comic ideas? Well, that is the question of the century. Man, the people, the regulars in the chat must be just so aware of what's to come for an answer to this question. It's like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. The revelation that he has no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, I have no idea how to get ideas. I wish I knew. That would make my life a lot easier. But the method I've been using has been, you know, I go to the cafe like twice a week, and 1 second. My little bag. Excuse me. I go to the cafe twice a week, and I order a little coffee, flat white, or if it's a hot day, an iced latte or something like that. And then I got my sketchbook. A little bit of a stain here. I don't know what that is. And then I kind of just turn to a blank page and I start doodling stuff. Whenever Tier 2 patrons and Tier 2 subs get to see all of this. Behind every comic, I post the page that I came up with it on. But yeah, it pretty much looks like, just to show in the distance here, it looks like that. Yeah. So like doodles and like text and stuff, and I just hope for the best. A lot of it is terrible ideas. Yeah, a lot of it's terrible, but and this is just one book. I got like, I'll show you all the books I have. That's actually my previous book. Then I have another one. So this is from last year, or earlier this year. This is my new one. My new one's still mostly blank, up until a few near the start. But I also have, let's see here. Let's have a quick gander. I also have some other stuff. You know, like these are all other sketchbooks as well. You know, over the years, there's just tons and tons of doodles. For Loading Artist Comics. Yeah, man, I've actually never looked at them this much, like one after the other. But man, there's a lot to get through here. I should probably look through these old pages and see if there's any good stuff in there. But anyway, those are my A5 books. I got a few A4 ones that I used to do before I became a reasonable person. Because A5 is a sweet spot for size. I almost got like bigger ones too. But A4 size ones are just too big, too unruly. Whoops. What was that? I used to draw them so big as well, the doodles. It's like a child drew these things. My goodness. Yeah, these are from like 2012. These are super old. And I also use this for oh gosh, like life drawing class as well. Here's a Viking killing Garfield. But yeah, anyway. So what's there? I should probably go through and like date them so I know which year they're all from. But that'll be a project for another day. Whew. Whew. Man, it's surreal seeing them all. I haven't actually looked through all the old ones like that in forever. Usually I just look at the one before my current one, and I have like both of them at the cafe. And then eventually I'll just move on to the newest one, and then so on and so forth. Ugh. Sorry, man. So many books finished and yet none published. I mean, wouldn't that be like... that would be such a... what's it called? Narcissistic thing to publish. I'm just going to publish a book of my doodles and my thoughts. My sketchbooks. They deserve to be published. Trees are falling over themselves to get in line to be published as as a Loading Artist sketchbook ideas. Memoirs of a webcomic artist. And Komiko, look back to see if any are good. Scraping the bottom of the barrel for ideas, are we? You know it. Always. But not even just because, like, I mean, sometimes I'll go back and be like, oh, this idea I used to think was not good enough is now suddenly good enough. I mean, that sometimes happens. Rarely, but sometimes. Bobby. But I feel like a lot of the time you go back to an old idea, and then because your brain is new, you got like a whole bunch of different cells in there. You interpret it differently, and you come up with like a better punchline or whatever. And that totally happens, and I think is a legit way of working. I think so anyway. Also, thank you for the follow, Purple Project, Purple Projects, PDX. Thank you very much. And hey, Kui565, hello. Can I show you the comic? Sure can. Let me just turn up the. Let me just turn this off and this on so everyone can read the text still. But anyway, I'll go through it. First panel, second panel, third panel, fourth panel. Actually, you know what? I just realized there's a Tofu just linked you the clip reveal. We totally have that. I just completely forgot we have a clip reveal for that. That very purpose. So check that out. Ikuba, I think that'll be interesting to see the scans for my sketchbook, see how you think and stuff. I mean, I don't disagree. I think it would be kind of interesting, and that's why I post them to my Discord and Patreon for the behind the scenes tier. It's always kind of neat. I love seeing like before and after stuff, so it's kind of neat to see like the progress, because everyone else only gets to really see like the final sketch and then the final comic. There's also like a time-lapse stuff I started doing too. Every comic has a time-lapse with it. Loading artist comics anyway. And hey, congrats on that spider, Fenzi. Kui, why does he have a clipboard and a lab coat? Yes, it's because he's a vet. It's going to be more obvious once I finish the coloring and shading and whatnot. I mean, you might be wondering, like, how does coloring and shading make this more obvious? You'll see. Especially once you see, like, this metal. I think as soon as I make this table metal and reflective a bit, it'll just like, oh yeah, totally a vet. Or just a very shiny table. I don't like how this line is so heavy. Do I even need that line? Yeah, I don't think we need that line. I think it looks fine without it. And then we're gonna... Whoops. Daddy Doodle, do you use layer filters for the highlights? Layer filters? No. Oh, I don't actually know what you mean by layer filters. I have a color layer, which right now is like this grayish purple, and I've set it to one sec, let me just move this camera out the way. I've set it to multiply. So normal looks like normal looks like this, right? It's just this color here on top of everything. Then you change the multiply, and then boom, shading. So yeah, that's oh yeah, I don't need to make the folder is multiply. I don't need to make every layer multiply as well. Okay, yeah, anyway. There you go. So blending modes is what I changed the blending mode. That's the official term for it. Change it to multiply. And yeah, it works well for the most part. But you'll notice I haven't been doing it for the hair. And that's because for blonde hair especially, I like to have a different shading color. And that looks a little bit like this. Wait, not like this, but look, check this out. Hold on. Let me just I changed the color to be more kind of warmer. And then it kind of has this like orangey orangey color to it instead of being like this. See, that's a gross color. That's a nice color. Gross. Nice. But I can't have that color for the skin and everything because then it just looks like, I don't know, just looks strange. But the way I've done this, I don't particularly like because I like to, this is another thing. It's like a kind of a recent change in my whole system. I used to have one layer for every color, which is just insane for a lot of people. I don't disagree. And I recently started to make all the colors on one raster layer because I figured out you can actually change all of one color with one click. As long as you turn off the apply to connected pixels only checkbox over here. Yeah, it looks like you might be wondering how the hell am I doing this if it's still selected here? It's because I'm holding shift down, which means it automatically changes to this tool up here. And then it changes back to normal just by holding shift. So normal, shift. Normal, normal, just one person, shift, all of them. Also, I just realized, Daddy Doodle, you were talking about highlights, not shading. I don't do highlights, really. I just do the shading. If I were to do highlights, yeah, I don't know, it depends. Depends on what I need it for. Sometimes I like to do like a glow if it's like a screen and it has this like nice bluish light glow on top of everything. But I'll change that to usually like to like add glow or something, which I think in Photoshop is color dodge. Oh no, color dodge is here as well. I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, overlay works too sometimes. Just highlight that skin with a brighter color than pure white. Yeah, well, I mean, jokes aside, I wouldn't even want to add a highlight to their skin because then it makes it look like they're oily or something. So, therefore, it wouldn't make sense. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to bring out the hair as a separate layer. So then I could just change it on the fly. And the good thing about that is I can just append the shading that I want directly onto the hair layer, which means I don't have to select her hair or be careful about where I'm doing it. I can just go see, look at this. It only affects the yellow part. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Yeah, so instead of highlighting, I erase shading. Yeah, that's a way to put it. Yeah. Do, do, do. Just like that. So I could even do like a it's hard to tell. Let me just make the shading color a little bit darker for now so you can see what I'm doing. But I could even do like a little like rim light. Sometimes I do that, but then people will come and say, hey, there's like a line of shading you forgot to do. So sometimes I don't do it because it just looks like it could be a glitch or something, you know? But it definitely makes them look more shiny, that's for sure. Shing, shing. Golden metal hair. I'll keep it dark like this for now, so it's not so subtle, and you can see what I'm doing. But it's not going to stay this dark. So let me just change it now back to something less and contrasty. There you go. That works. Now let's go back to normal shading. And this as well, I'm just going to make it more intense so you can see what I'm doing clearer. So let's go over here. Shoop. Shoop, 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 shoop. Shoop, 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 shoop. Select all this. Shoop. Yeah. And then shoop. You're not too in the comic style and more detailed work sort of deal? Yeah, this is definitely, this workflow definitely suits more of a simplified comic style for sure. And ones with like thick or what's it called? Non-sketchy line art definitely is something that my workflow requires in a way. Because if you have sketchy line art, you can't easily just like select, like I can't just easily select her whole body like this and just go bam, shading. Because the line art's going to be all like broken up and, you know, it's not going to hit every pixel as much as you'd like it to hit. Stuff like that. Just don't shade with color. Sometimes I feel like shading is not really required, but especially for like plucked up, I don't really shade the duck too often. Because I feel like most of the time it just looks better without it being shaded all the time. I have to remind myself, there's no like rule that I have to, you know, stick to. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem of mine. I always like to have like consistency. So I feel like if I do something once, it's like I have to do this for the rest of my life in this in this exact way. I gotta remember to stay loosey-goosey. And like other things are just natural evolutions. For example, like I don't shade their eyes anymore. I'll shade their eyelids, but never the eyes. Because I feel like, first of all, if the eyes have no shading, they stand out more. And it just looks kind of messy. Especially when you have like really intense dark shading, like this is currently. And it's not going to stay this dark. Remember, this is just to show you guys what I'm actually doing a bit clearer. Like that, and then I'll brighten it up. There you go. Make it more subtle. Yeah. We're gonna have to shade the cat as well. But there's more than one way to shade the cat. And I will do it with a separate shading color, kind of like I did with the hair, because I don't know what this cat's color gonna be like in the end, but I will probably have it a different color of shading than this grayish blue. Anaria, 6th spider for you, congrats. What kind of euphemism is shading the duck? Detonator, I realized that only in the last plucked up that you don't shade the duck all too often. I thought you just forgot. Yeah, that's that's something I also have to try and keep in mind. If you're not consistent with something, people might just think you've forgotten to do something like, oh, you forgot to shade it in this panel or whatever. So for like current and future plucked ups, I'm trying to be more obvious that it's not always shaded. And yeah, I think it's getting more clear now. Have I tried the Photoshop fill feature yet? You mean like the AI stuff, Comacode? I've used content aware fill in the past, but that's not the AI. I mean, depends on how far you want to call it AI, but it doesn't use the cloud, the old feature. I've seen videos and stuff of Photoshop showing off their new AI fill feature and all sorts of stuff like that. Pretty neat, pretty nifty. But I have not used it, no. I try not to use Photoshop as much as at all. I'm trying to wean myself off using it or not needing to use it as often. Yeah. I still use it currently for just odd bits and pieces, like my what's it called? The thumbnails for the VOD channel, the YouTube VOD channel. That's still done in Photoshop. Because I think Photoshop still is better when it comes to exporting of files, especially quickly. Clip Studio Paint, even though Clip Studio Paint has actions and auto actions and stuff like that, it doesn't export as advanced as Photoshop does in terms of like naming and things like this. I think it only exports as like the file name you type it in as. You can't make it have a different file name for each export, etc. Am I still paying for Creative Cloud? What's the right answer here? Let's just say I don't use Photoshop. I ask Extra Comics for my Photoshop needs. Let's just say that. As far as paying stuff, I pay for Clip Studio Paint. I'm on version 2 now. And I bought Procreate. I used to pay for Photoshop, but I have since changed over to Clip Studio. And I can't really justify paying for it for just like the one-off few things I need it for. So therefore, I just ask Extra Comics to do that part for me. DaVinci Resolve, Yoyoto, I have that. I have the free version of it. I don't very use it often. I think for a brief while, I think right before the holiday, I was trying to use it more often for like making Twitch clips and stuff. But I've kind of stopped doing that. It's so time consuming. Especially when you have a terrible memory like mine. Every time I have to open up DaVinci Resolve and try and export a new Twitch clip or something, I have to relearn how it all works. How do you make your... Oh, sorry, I missed your message there, Detonator. How do you make your line art so fluid and not shaky? A combination of things, I'd say. One, speed. If you draw things fast, you have less chance to mess it up. So if I draw a line slowly, here it is. It's okay, it's kind of wonky, but if I do it fast, boom! Look how smooth that is. Wonky, smooth. Wonky, smooth. Another thing is, I've got stabilization turned on here. Just to 6. Not very high, only 6. I think for a long time I didn't have any stabilization at all, but when I made that comic over New Year's on my iPad, it had stabilization on by default, and it felt pretty nice. So I since changed my desktop version have stabilization as well. So you can mess with the stabilization setting in there. That's another way of getting it to be smooth. And yeah, that's basically it. but definitely speed is like when I draw my head circles, I never draw them like, you know, slowly. Like you always see me do, and if that's no good, I just do it again, and then I'll just shift this around if I need. Damn, look at that! Look at that! Snake eating its own tail over here. Damn, what a perfect circle this is. God damn, looks like a coffee ring. Sometimes I amaze even myself. And Comic Cut. I wish Adobe released that voice feature that mimicked Jordan Peele. Oh, they do that thing as well, where you. Oh, that's right. I think I heard about that. You can like mimic anyone's voice using a short voice clip or something. I guess it's an Adobe. What's it called? Encore? No, what's their audio software called? Can't remember the name. Hey, Quartet G with the 7 months. 77. Quartet G. How's everything going? Been a while. Hey, going well. Thank you very much for asking, Quartet G. How have things been going for you? Welcome back. How are things? Busy. That's good. Good busy? Good busy or bad busy? I'm assuming good busy. Good busy. Oh, that's good. Excellent. What have you been good busy with? Let's see. I'm also gonna... Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna make the clipboard darker. Looks less like the cat. Okay, oh, that's right. We gotta... Speaking of the cat, we still haven't shaded the cat, so let's do that now. Make a new shading layer. Go back in here. Let's just get a temporary dark shading color and start. It's kind of hard to figure out what the shading should be like for this kind of shape. So I don't want to overshade it. Like that already looks kind of weird to me. Like, what if it was more... What if it was more like... Oh, Christ, I don't know. Yoda, that cat is so beautiful, so beautifully and masterfully drawn. Thank you very much, Yoda. Hope it's not looking too beautiful to you. Don't want to be revealing too much about yourself here, especially in such a risky comic. Is that cat single? Oh, the Quartet G, you're working with Too Many Games, a gaming expo in Philadelphia, to host an official Newgrounds meetup, which is in 3 weeks. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Excellent. And so, what do you mean by you're working with them? Like you're doing like the graphics involved with decorating and advertising the convention? That's very cool, though. And in 3 weeks as well. I hope you're not too stressed about it. Oh, hey, Abby likes comic. Hello, hello. Welcome back. How you doing? And Nitro 2H as well. Hello, hello. Gotta draw shading on the table. I don't know if I like the shading. I'll leave the table shading for now, and I'll see how it goes. Am I going to watch Summer Games Fest next week? Is that the thingy on Twitch where people play games really fast? Is that what that is? I sound like such an alien sometimes. Like, what is games? Like Monopoly? Summer Monopoly? I forget the titles of the names of these things. Oh, it's a replacement of E3. Oh, okay. I was way off. I probably won't watch it, to be honest. I probably will just see the highlights on when they get posted to Reddit. I don't have patience to watch full on conventions anymore. Also, I tuned into the PlayStation one recently. I just caught like toward the end, like the Spider-Man bit at the end, and I was watching it on YouTube, and I just remembered like, oh, this is why I don't like watching convention, like not conventions. Well, these kind of reveals live because the comment section is just so mind numbing, and I have to just hide the comments because I hate those live stream comments. I hate the chat basically, chat that isn't you, because it's just so yeah. Everyone just like it's just everyone hates everything. Everything is cringe, or everything is boring, or everything sucks. It's just there's no pleasing these people. Anyways, but that's like mainstream chat. I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are the good ones. Whew. And Cortechi, one of my artist friends did the poster promo art. I'm mainly just doing the planning, like the time and location, among other things. Also, yes, some sleep was lost. Oh my goodness. The planning of it. Oh geez, that's it's even more stressful. Oh dear. Well, good luck with that. I can't even imagine. Hope you get enough rest and things like this. That would definitely that would definitely stress me out. Have you done anything like that before, Corteji, or is this your first time planning a convention like that? And I'll say Dry Rays Girl. Oh, I guess I'll come back when Gregor doesn't hate us. Hey, Dry Rays Girl. I was only talking about the chat that's like part of E3 or things like that. It's and I mean, obviously, I could always just turn off the chat, but then like part of me just feels like, well, I want to see the chat because it's like you're seeing it live, so it's like it'd be a shame to not see the chat because it's like in the moment. Then I regret it because it's just so mind numbing. And this is your first time, Cortechi, planning a convention? Well, good luck. Good luck. What's the best? What's the best reaction here? Good luck, horns. Those are my good luck horns for you. And yeah, well, I look forward to seeing it. Well, not in person. I'm not gonna be flying to Philadelphia, but I look forward to seeing it on the news when it's a worldwide global disaster. Just kidding. I look forward to seeing it on the internet. Well, that just sounds boring now. I mean, I look forward to just seeing photos and stuff of how it goes. Oh dear God. I was sweating. All right, let's see what's what's next. Let's do dialogue. Let's do dialogue here. When in doubt, do dialogue out. And by that, I'll lower this first, and then I'll make a new folder. I call it D for dialogue. Make a new layer, text layer, and this part. I should really make this an automatic button to get my dialogue folder. Or I should just have it included in the base file before I start drawing a comic. I should just do that. Yeah, why don't I do that? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Starting now. Cortegi, we were joking that it's either going to be legendary or a complete utter disaster. Well, I mean, either way, it'll be good. Famous or infamous? Oh. Hello, hello. Poke, poke, poke. Pace is here. Womp, 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 womp. Just avoid any, well, excuse me. Just avoid renting out any tiny bull pits. That's like the only thing I remember from like a disastrous convention from recent times.
I was gripping my mouse too firmly.
Then I had to go back to the pet store and get a new mouse. Like that mouse joke? Hey, mouse joke, mouse joke. But yeah, the bull pit from was it a Tumblr convention? I forget. I think it was a no, wasn't it like a? It was like an unofficial Tumblr convention that was like apparently so bad it became like a meme. DashCon. Yeah. I remember that the bull pit being like a really sad, tiny little thing in the corner of the room, and it's because people had to like pay for it as well, right? It was like an expensive convention to get to, and then it was quite underwhelming. So I guess there's good things to avoid. Oh, because I don't read chat, I missed your previous DashCon reference, Dower. Oh no, Dower. Hold on, let's see. Where did you reference this? How did I miss this? Oh gosh, was it so long ago? No, surely it can't be that long ago. Wait, hold on. Oh, there you go. Oh, there's right there. Go. Wait, what's this? Cortegi about to outdo DashCon one way or the other. Well, the thing is, had I read your message, which I totally did, Dower, I completely forgot it was called DashCon, where that bull pit fiasco thing was. So I wouldn't have understood what you were referencing anyway. Oh, and Akubo, that's not even the bull pit we're talking about. That's a different... Yeah, maybe Cortegi, maybe it's best to avoid bull pits or sponge pits or whatever the hell entirely, because it's just bad. It's a recipe for disaster. Let me show you. I think this is... Yeah, Cortegi, I think, has the one that we're talking about here. Let's see. Such a good photo. This is the one. So yeah, the DashCon, they advertised having like an adult-sized bull pit or something like this, and apparently this is the bull pit they were talking about. I love everything about it. There's almost like a liminal spaces kind of vibe to it. Just such a perfect placement. But yeah, that's the bull pit we were talking about, Akuba. We're not talking about the thing you're talking about is the more recent Twitch, I think it was a TwitchCon, right? Disaster. Poor girl jumps into a sponge pit that was just filled with like 2 layers of sponges before just a concrete floor, and like she had like suffered some extreme spinal damage. I'm not sure how she... I think is she doing better? Has she had the surgery? I haven't really caught up with the news, but man, feel so bad for that girl. Oh my goodness. And to make it even worse, it's on video as well. The whole thing's been captured, which I guess is good for her in terms of like lawyering up. But man, she jumps into that foam pit like butt first, and basically the equivalent of just jumping directly onto concrete. It's brutal. It's like it's given me a whole new fear of I already had a fear of jumping into most things. But you can't even trust sponges. Man, poor girl. I hope she's getting at least a nice payout. Because, I mean, of all the companies to fuck up that bad, it's good that it was Amazon. like just the one of the biggest companies that could definitely and should definitely put all sorts of bills. But then again, the bigger the company, the more lawyers they have on their side as well. But I mean, that is like such a complete and utter goof on their part. There's no other way of even seeing it. There's like, I mean, if they managed to get the lawyers to make Amazon come out of that scathe free, is that the term? Then those are some ridiculously, those aren't even lawyers, those are magicians. Because I don't know how you would defend that. Wait, what? You had to sign a release to enter? She couldn't sue because she signed something? No way. Really? No, that is insane. I feel like those release forms and stuff, they only, it's not like you can sign a release and then they just murder you inside of a warehouse and be like, "Hey, they signed the release form. Can't touch this." It clearly says here in the fine print that in the case of your murder, we have no responsibility. And if anything, should be awarded a nice settlement for the trouble. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one thing if it's like there was a like a decent, attempt at making something safe, and then someone still has like a freak accident on something, like something that's like beyond their control. I could understand the waiver working for that, but that is like completely just them messing up the convention, the Twitch people. Hey, JC Beloso. Welcome. Thank you for dropping by. How are you doing? But then again, yeah, I'm not a lawyer, but it definitely doesn't seem right to not have any sort of repercussion there. And also, yes, she's also a porn star too, yes. Which I totally did not know, and anytime this story comes up, Exacomics refuses to believe me that I have no idea that she was a porn star. I really did not know. Did not know. My other friend, on the other hand, definitely knew. A quartet. What's TwitchCon did not have the regulated amount of protection that a foam pit legally needs. A waiver wouldn't help them. Yeah, totally. Exactly, right? I think those waiver things can only protect you if you have made like the minimum amount of effort or the legal amount of effort to protect yourselves and everyone else. But if even that hasn't been reached, there's no waivers can't help you for surely. But then again, I'm not a lawyer. Also, hey, Xcomics, just like the time you were totally not excited when you found out Sawyer follows me on Twitter. Well, I mean, Story? Who's Stoya? I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I have since found out that Stoya is actually a porn star that and follows Exacomics on Twitter. And that's all. I think the name probably sounds familiar to me because I think I read an article about feminism. I was reading an article about feminism, and that's how I found out. I think she was one of the interviewees. So that's probably where I know her name from. Nice try there, Exacomics. Quartet G. A waiver is meant to protect from the person doing something stupid and injuring themselves. Jumping into a foam pit that is meant to be jumped in is not stupid. Yeah, exactly, right? I wonder if maybe they just settled out of court and one of the agreements is to, like, not talk about it. I mean, that happens a lot, right? I would hope something like that took place and that she's not just left footing the bill herself. But man, it totally reminds me of just how scummy the world can be. Like, do you guys remember? I mean, I think some of you weren't even born at this point, but do you guys remember that thing that happened with McDonald's and their coffee being too hot? Remember that? That was a huge thing on the news for a long time, or for a while at least. This is years ago. But some lady, an old woman, I think even, ordered coffee from McDonald's and it spilled on her lap and she suffered like really bad burns from it. And she sued McDonald's because the coffee was too hot. And the narrative that was spun around that story was just like, oh my God, people are just trying to take advantage of McDonald's and suing them for just hot coffee. Coffee's supposed to be hot, yada, yada, yada. And I will admit, even I was like, I thought that too at the time. I thought, oh my God, people will sue for anything these days, It's so, what's the word? So, there's a word for it where everything is like very law suitable, but then you later find out, you see like photos of the burns and they're like literal 3rd-degree burns, and the coffee is like literally boilingly hot or something. And so hot, so hot in fact that like it kind of melted her skin. Like that's how hot it was. Horrific stuff. And apparently this now I'm starting to not remember the exact specifics, but I think this is the truth. Apparently, she was even just suing just to cover the medical bills, which McDonald's wasn't even wanting to pay for. So, and it's just nuts how the news and everyone's perception of that story was spun into a way that it just made her sound like the crazy, greedy scammer person trying to take advantage of the legal system. And it's because McDonald's like advertises on TV channels and whatnot. Those TV channels, they have got news and they don't want to lose their big advertisers, and therefore they got to take the side of McDonald's. It's crazy just how like stuff like that happens all the time, and it's depressing, really. I'm not sure what happened to her in the end. Yeah, I don't actually know what happened in the end, but definitely feel like that story was still, she's the crazy greedy one for a lot of people. And I mean, I don't even blame people for thinking that, because that's just how it was presented. Litigious is the word I was thinking of. Yes, Firefly. Litigious. And it sounds like what Kramer did when he spilled his coffee. Well, that's different. Wait, was that even referencing? I wonder if that was referencing that story, or if that Seinfeld episode happened before that story happened. Can't remember. But that Seinfeld storyline, I mean, that's just Kramer's being very greedy, because I mean, I've rewatched the show obviously many times, and I've even so far as emailed the Signcast podcast because they would go through every episode and analyze each episode, and they would just talk about it. And I used to listen to this until it finished. And I even emailed them in to talk about that one episode because in that Kramer coffee spilling lawsuit episode, he tells Jackie, his lawyer, that they put the top on. He didn't put the top on. They put the top on. So it was like, their fault for the faulty lid. But if you look at the episode, if you watch the episode, you can see Kramer actually like putting the cap back on himself. I think he was like drinking it without the cap and then he puts it back on. Anyway, I'm not even sure if that was part of the intentional story, but I noticed it. I noticed that. I can see you, Kramer. I see what you're doing. So anyway, huge conspiracy. You don't know how far it goes. Gregor, you email everyone. Hey, well, people got to know. People got to know the truth. Emails are meant to be sent, meant to be read. If no one stands up for what's right, how will anyone get anything? Wait, Gregor even emailed the council recently because the town hall bell was incorrect. It's true. And thank you for, applauding me. I totally didn't push that button by myself. I deserve to be applauded. I'm standing up for what's right. The town hall bell was ringing incorrectly. It was ringing too many times. It should be ringing once for 15 minutes, twice for half an hour. So if it's like 2:30, it goes ding, 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 ding. And then that's how you know it's 2:15 minutes, it means it's 2:30. But they would do a third one for 2:30, which just throws me off completely, because then I think, wait, it's 45 minutes past, and then I think I'm being late for something, and I check my phone late, I'm like, wait, it's only 2:30. Goddamn liars. So that's been driving me nuts a little bit, but I don't know if it's because of my email, but it has since been fixed. Last time I happened to walk past and hear it. I'm pretty sure it's fixed now. So you're welcome, Auckland City. You're welcome. Lishy17. Hello, everyone. I'm in the edge of killing someone, so I'll just keep myself as a lurker. Also, 3017, have a good stream. Yeah, that rhymes. Hey! Lishy17. Yeah, well, thank you very much. Your attempts to avoid murdering someone has just unlocked the draw game for us. And what about all those emails you sent to the cinema? Read those to the chat. Yeah, okay. Well, okay, well, first of all, I'll be the first to admit, I do send a lot of emails for when things are not, right. When things are not right, I will send an email to point that out, that it's not right. And yeah, I mean, I send emails to the cinema, and okay, well, we'll do this first, and then we'll do draw game, because the draw game will be a nice palate cleanser, and then it'll hopefully make you guys forget about how annoying I can be in emails. But let's just pause here for a second. Okay, so as you guys know, I like movies, right? And sometimes I'll go to the cinema. And as you also know, cinema, super expensive lately. And by lately, I mean by years. It's been expensive for years. And so when you go to the cinema, you expect a certain level of quality. And if it's not that level, I mean, why wouldn't you send a complaint? Hey, that's another thing. I don't go and complain to the person like making the popcorn, because it's not their job, and I don't want to just unload onto them. Also, I'm scared of confrontation in real life, so I'll go home and I'll type up a nice spicy email. Anyway, I will send off. I'll read off some of the emails I've sent to the cinemas, and yes, plural. All right, so here's one. I went to see Dunkirk with a couple friends yesterday, and the right side of the screen was quite blurry. I really enjoy the extreme screen experience otherwise, comfortable spacious seating, size of screen, but the blurriness is really disappointing. Can that be fixed? Thanks, Gregor. You know, I mean, that's totally, I think, I'm doing a favor to society, right? Because I don't want other people going in and having a blurry side of the screen. You know, X Comics didn't notice any blur, but then again, have you seen her glasses? They're like this thick, and everything is blurry to her. So I will not concede on that. Anyway, got another email here. Dear Hoyts, I watched Infinity War in extreme screen and was extremely disappointed with the quality of the screen. It was very dark and also blurry. The bottom right side in particular is still very blurry despite me emailing you about it when I first noticed it months ago. Because of how dark the screen was, a lot of the details and the shadows are lost, and makes anything in motion be a strain to see what's happening. I noticed this problem the last time I was in extreme screen while watching Black Panther, but I thought perhaps it's a one-off. Also, the audio was very quiet, ads and trailers were louder. Very frustrating experience. I won't be going back unless I am guaranteed it is fixed. And, you know, I think very, you know, sharp-witted, you know, tongue sword action there. But it was not always about blurry dark screens. I mean, like for example, this one. Here's another one. My legs have been bitten by fleas in your cinema. I could feel the first bites halfway through the movie, and the bites are still with me the next day and extremely itchy. So, you know. Hey, I mean, I've been bitten by fleas in the cinema, and what am I supposed to do? Not email? Should I just, like give them a 5-star review? What am I supposed to do? I'm trying to watch a movie here, and my legs are just being torn apart by tiny little bug mouths. Alright, and that was just one of the cinema chains, which I don't go to anymore, for the reasons before. Now the other one, let's see. Let's see, where is it? I'm just checking my inbox here. I went to your cinema last night with a couple of friends to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it was ruined because of the sound leaks from the screenings next door. There would be a lot of bass coming through every few seconds, and it was especially noticeable because this Tarantino movie had a lot of quiet/conversational scenes. I am really disappointed, and it's a shame because up until that point, I was really enjoying my experience. I liked the lobby, and the seats were comfortable. And yeah, I mean, again, standing up for the little guy here. The little guy by me. Also, yeah, I really didn't like the movie anyway, but I especially didn't, maybe I didn't like the movie that much because I was having my experience ruined by the bass that was coming through from the other theater next door. I mean, I'm sure everyone's agreeing here. Everyone's agreeing except for the person that has to endure my emails. But I mean, hey, it'd be annoying if you were watching a movie and then you just hear this bass like boom, boom, coming through the other side of the wall. I mean, hey, I sound entitled? Well, I damn well am entitled to a good movie experience. That's exactly what it is. Here's another one. Got so many of these. Okay, I think this is the last one. I just watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish in your cinema the other day, and the sound was very disappointing. It sounded like the front speaker was not working, and all the background sounds and bass drowned out the dialogue, so much that I could barely hear what they were saying, especially during the action scenes. I've been to the VMAX before, and I don't recall the sound being this bad. I also know it isn't just a movie because it was consistently like this through the trailers and commercials as well. There is also a distinct line running through the center of the screen, which is also not something I would have expected with the more expensive VMAX. Very disappointing. Frowny face. And I think that's everything. I mean, there's this email, but this doesn't really count as a complaint. I mean, this is just, hi, I've got a booking for John Wick 4 today, but because of the thunderstorm and the warning I just received on my phone, I'd like to change it to tomorrow instead. I tried to change the session myself, but it's only allowing me to select today or next week, Tuesday only. So I mean, that's not even a complaint. That's just me trying to change my session because everyone got a warning on their phone because there's this crazy thunderstorm happening. Anyway, I went the next day anyway. They didn't get back to me until like 2 weeks later. But I went the next day and I just told the person and I got free tickets. Saw John Wick 4 the next day. And then they emailed me back 2 weeks later. Got a refund for the tickets that I didn't end up going to see because of the thunderstorm. So it all worked out for me. And I have no regrets because every time I email them a complaint like this, I'd say like 90% of the time, 90%, it sounds like I send like 100 emails. 90 of them return with, with comped tickets. So it's not bad. Not bad at all. And I've never lied. All these are extremely true, unfortunately. Gregor even complained once when we were at a cafe and the Coke they gave me was a bit warm and I didn't want to say anything, and Gregor complained. wait, it wasn't even his Coke. Hey, that's another thing. Sticking up for the little guy, in this case, the little guy being Lee. I didn't... Again, complaining sounds like... I'm annoying. Things are wrong. I'm not like that. I'm like, hey, notice that the Coke is a bit warm. Do you happen to have any non-warm Cokes back there in the fridge, maybe? And then they'll go and get me another one, and I'm like, feels about the same. Oh well, I'll just take it anyway. Or, actually, no, what happened in the end? Did we get a refund on that Coke? It was a bottled Coke, so it wasn't even like it was open. I feel like if you're serving Coke and you got Coke in the fridge, that Coke better be cold. Otherwise, it should be called woke. Warm Coke. Actually, that reminds me. There's another complaint we did with also with Coke. It was at Denny's. It wasn't fizzy enough. It was completely flat. It was completely flat and lukewarm. That I sent back. It took forever for them to get back to us with more Coke. That was exactly the same, but it's okay because I didn't have to worry too much because everything else is so bad and complain about the rest of the food. And the food was free anyway because it was my birthday and I got a free deal from Denny's about it. But man, that food was bad. The waitress just blew bubbles in the Coke and handed it back. I wish. At least then I would have had at least some bubbles. But no, it was completely flat. I'm dreading Gregor's birthday this year. He's gonna make us go back to Denny's? Well, I thought I'd give them another chance. I still get likes on my Google review. Every now and then. So, again, I feel like I'm not a strong person. I don't have muscles. I don't have a Batmobile. But this is me, being a superhero in my own way. I am helping others by making them get good cinematic experiences and warnings about flat Cokes. Am I wrong? No. Anyway. Also, one more thing. There's been a lot of places and stuff that have been bad, and I did not complain about. One time I was served a salad that had ants in it, and I didn't even say anything until she specifically asked me how the ants were. Well, I mean, she may as well have. She didn't ask me about the ants, but when I went to go pay, she was like, "Oh, and how was everything?" And I was like, "The salad was pretty good, except for the ants, but it's okay. I avoided the ants. I ate around the ants. I didn't think it was I wasn't gonna make a fuss." And she was like, "Oh my goodness! Oh well," and then she gave me a free one of those free donuts. So that was cool. donut wasn't very good. Too sweet. It was way too sweet. It was like filled with caramel. I don't know. But I didn't complain. It was a free donut because of the ants. And the ants are free, so. I do complain quite a lot, don't I? But it's hey, I'm not about to start complaining about complaining. I'm happy with all the complaints I've done. You gotta pick your battles, right? Anyway. Draw them words. Let's do that. Draw them words time. Okay, everyone, set to throw in your words. Add your words now. You got 60 seconds to throw in your words, and then we'll draw 3 of them in one drawing. Dry Rays Girl, ants are so weirdly smart. They will climb onto the ceiling and drop right onto your food. I had it happen at a sushi restaurant years ago. Oh my goodness. Did you then proceed to give them 5 stars and not mention the ants dropping from the ceiling? Or did you do the right thing and mention it? At least in the review. Good sushi, except for the dropping ants on the ceiling. Suggestion. Cover your plate so the ants don't get to it from the ceiling. Mission Impossible style. It gets suspended down with a little thread. He just never went back. Yeah. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. 88 words! God damn! That must be the record. 88 words. I guess because you guys had so much time to think of words while I was going on about my ranting about cinemas and complaints and stuff before we actually started doing this thing. So, all right, excellent. Actually, let me resume alerts as well. And oh damn, the power! Oh shit, the power had a YouTube video from like a million years ago. What was this? What was this?
Excuse me. United Airlines? Can't you see I have blue check mark next to my name? That makes me a very important person, and you should pay attention to me. Now, see here. I had a flight that was kind of shitty, and if
I take offense to this. I don't even know what you're implying with this reference to a YouTube video. Very irrelevant, if anything. I don't even understand why you're linking this. This has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. And I refuse to continue watching. I refuse. We're back here. Okay. Let's go back. I love ProZD. He's got excellent videos. But usually they're relatable. In this case, I just don't know what he's talking about. All right, let's see. What are we up to? What we got? Oh, so we got 88 words. And the words we're going to be drawing are litigious, town hall, diagram. All right, a litigious downhole diagram. 3 of the most boring things that I can think of. How the hell am I going to make this? The power. Am I actually upset? No, not at all. Not at all. The power. Oh my goodness. Okay, litigious downhole diagram. Oh my goodness. This might be the hardest set of words to draw yet. I have no idea. I'm even doubting myself that I even know what a diagram looks like. Hey Siri, show me a picture of a diagram. Like it's like graphs and stuff?
Here are some images of diagram from the web. Have a look.
Oh, like flowcharts, arrows, and oh, like a Venn diagram. Oh yeah, I know those ones. Yeah, okay. Dry Rays Girl, you wouldn't shut up about the town hall, but now you think it's too boring? Hey, nothing boring about the town hall clock being out of sync. That's just crazy. Like, how do you mess that up? It's been like a system for hundreds of years. You'd think it'd be just automated at this point, but anyway. But drawing a litigious town hall diagram. Let's see here. I'm forming an idea in my head. I'm forming an idea. Also, Dry Razel, thank you for the reminder. When I tweeted at the town hall about that problem before I emailed them, I was vaguely under the assumption that that Twitter account is just a parody account, not actually affiliated with the town hall. And their response of budget cuts definitely just highlights that fact that they have no connection, official connection to the town hall, and therefore I had to go and fill out an email form on the website about this clock mystery. They haven't replied to me yet, but it has been fixed. So maybe I don't know. Maybe it was fixed because of me. I assume. Sloth girl, you inspire me to write to my town hall about adding a speed bump where I live. Well, good luck about that, because I have emailed, I have complained about the speed signs and other road-related grievances I have in town so many times, and they have never gotten back to me. Anywho, that's a rant for another day. We don't have enough time in the world in today's stream for that rant. Litigious town hall diagram. Okay, I've got an idea. I'm coming up with it. I'm coming up with it in my head. Okay, let's begin. Uh, how much time do I have? 2 minutes. Uh, uh. Um. How much time do I have now? 1 minute and a half. What else? 50 seconds? How else can I improve this? Hmm.
Bobby.
Time's up now.
All right, I think that works. All right, there we go. Litigious town hall diagram, and I drew a little courtroom sketch of me trying to, tell the jury and all the other witnesses, whatever, how wrong the town hall clock is, and therefore I am taking them to court. Taking him to court about it. So, there you go. Whew. 5 minutes well spent. Okay, and now let's export this masterpiece. Like so. Alright. Alright. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. Excellent. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for your words. Firefly, I do like a channel, Murdog. All right, and let's get back to it. Whoops! Ah, Jesus. Whoops. Is that the? Oh, that's the right one. Okay. All right. Also, hey, sorry, I'm missing chat here as well. I was a little distracted. We got Jaylin. Is that how to pronounce your name? Hello, your stream was recommended and thought I'd pop in. Hey, well, thank you very much for popping in. Popped in at a good time. Well, actually, it depends. It might have been a bad time because I was just ignoring the chat for 5 minutes, but now it's a good time. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, and also thank you for following, as well as Akart D. Among Us, thank you for following as well. Welcome. And Geidel, objection, even a wrong clock is right twice a day. True. Except in this case, because it's not even about the clock being wrong, it's about the chimes. The chimes are being wrong. They're chiming too often. Well, they were. Now it's fixed, thanks to me. But they were broken for a long time. Clever use of the diagram there. Well, thank you very much, Sarah, man. And and Jalen, I recognize your comics on Instagram. Hey, nice. Yeah, I'm working on the whoops. What am I doing? I'm working on the new comic. This one will be whoops. This one will be ready and whoops. This one will be ready and posted by tomorrow night. Still got a little bits to do. There we go. There we go. All right. And I was just in the middle of doing dialogue before I went off on that crazy tangent about complaining about cinemas and everything else. Ah. Hey, Wolfie. Woof. Yes, Load Lark is animated. Yes. Very recent. Let's see. Bonus panel? Oh yeah, there will be bonus panels. There will be bonus panels. And I'm actually thinking about doing something that I don't normally do, or if I have done. I'm not sure if I have I ever done this before, but I'm thinking of releasing these bonus panels that I haven't drawn yet for free on the day I release this comic, which is like almost never done before, or ever. Have I ever done it before? I'm not sure. Hold on. Have I done it before? Oh, let's see. Let's go to if I have done it before, it would have been with this one, Wishful Thinking. Did I do it there? Well, it's free now, but I'm not sure. Whoops. Let me just move my camera here. It's free now, but I'm not sure if I released it as free. We'll see. So if I haven't, then it means then what I'm planning to do today, or not today, this week, will be never before done. Because yeah, normally there's oh, there's no bonus panel for this one yet. But yeah, normally there's bonus panels for comics, especially all the new ones, and I usually put out a free one for an older comic, but yeah, this time I'm thinking of doing it for the new one. And yeah, there's gonna be I'm torn between drawing the bonus panels on stream tomorrow or keeping it for the secret Discord stream tomorrow as well. I might still draw it secretly on Discord. So then at least it's more of a surprise for other people. I'm not sure. We'll decide. And hey, congrats on that Sprite. Strike. And what's this? Jalen, how long have I been into comics? 84 years. Yes, the majority of my life, as Dry Erase Girl mentioned. I would say I've been into him for a long time, as far as I can remember. I used to be into Garfield. Garfield was my jam. Garfield, Calvin Hobbes, and The Far Side were like my three pillars of comic gold. I'm not sure. So much. I mean, I even have. Excuse me. Got myself. My first Garfield is still here. Hey. Aww. Still looking pretty good. Still has a tail. The stripes are like barely there anymore. But yeah, this has been my what's it called? My muse for as long as I can remember. This is actually how I get my comic ideas. I like, what's that? What's that, Garfield? A comic about making love to a cat. Oh, you. You dirty, dirty boy. But, yeah. So I've always been in the Garfield, Calvin Hobbes, The Far Side. I don't really read Garfield at all anymore. In hindsight, pretty bad comics, really. But at least the new ones are bad. But, what are you gonna do? Your muse, MEWS, Dry Erase Girl. What was that, Garfield? A pea-sized amount of toothpaste? What the hell are you talking about? What's this? And
1, 2, 3, pull.
The Power gifting us up to I Do Like a Channel. Hey, thank you very much, to Power. Thank you very much, and I Do Like a Channel. Congrats on the gifted sub. Thank you very much, to Power. Jalen, I loved Calvin Hobbes. I had a whole collection when I was a kid. Nice. I had some books as well. I had a lot of Garfield books, some Calvin Hobbes books, and some of the Far Side collections. Yeah, Far Side is so timeless. And same with Calvin and Hobbes. That's timeless too. Garfield, not so much. But I like the three of them for different reasons. One, I like Calvin and Hobbes. I like for its heart. I like The Far Side for its humor, and I like Garfield for its commercial success. So I think they all have very good strengths. And also I like cats, so, you know. Exocomics, I should read Calvin and Hobbes sometime. You definitely should. I've been trying to get Exocomics to read Calvin and Hobbes. It's good. It is good. Good stuff. I want to read it some more myself, actually. I haven't read Calvin and Hobbes in a long time. And I definitely haven't read all of the Calvin and Hobbes. So I should definitely check that out some more. But yeah, Far Side is excellent. Especially when you Google, like sometimes I'll Google a comic idea just in case it's been done before. And anytime you search in Google Images, like something comic or cartoon or something, so many terrible, like stock images, like cartoonstock.com and stuff, like really just bad single panel comics that look like Far Side ripoffs. I mean, I don't want to say Far Side ripoffs because I don't know, like what is it a ripoff because it's like a one panel comic, you know, or it's, you know, I'm not gonna say ripoff. Anyway, to even say it's a Far Side ripoff, it kind of implies that it's somehow even trying to like copy the Far Side, but they always are just so painfully bad, and it just makes me, every time I see it, I always just think to myself, man, Far Side is just so good. It's like not ruined me. It's like raised the standards so high. And seeing those terrible like cartoon stock things really make you appreciate the Far Side ones. I don't even know how those cartoon stock cartoons even get made. Like, is it just for like office emails for some people to have like some clip art thrown in there? Like, I don't understand how is this like such a big business? Like, who is paying for these cartoon stock cartoons? I don't get it. Because they're not being like syndicated in the newspapers or anything. God, I hope not. So who's it for? What's happening? But yeah, Far Side, so good.
The deeper it is, the harder it gets.
Sarah, man, I didn't know any Calvin and Hobbes book. I just read them all at the school library. That's a pretty cool school library. We didn't have Calvin and Hobbes in our school. Anytime we went to the library in school, everyone just had this like mad rush to get the Guinness Book of World Records. That was like the best book in the whole library. Man, that thing has become so obsolete, huh? I can't believe they still even make them anymore. Like I'll see like, oh shit, there's a 2023 Guinness Book of World Records. How is this even still being made? Who's buying them? I don't understand. Like now that you have just all of the internet in the palm of your hand, I just don't understand who's still buying yearly copies of the Guinness Book of World Records. My favorite part of the Guinness Book of World Records was actually the covers. I like seeing how like they interpret the next year in the next cover. That is definitely my favorite part. And it's just such a waste of paper, because no one gives a shit about a Guinness Book of World Records that isn't the latest year. Like, could you imagine like going to a bookstore and then or a library and thinking like, the Guinness Book of World Records, 2008, please. That's the one I want. Just so obsolete. And what happens to all of them? Where do they all go? I'll move this one over here. And add a mask and... boom. Make him there. There's probably a record for the person who owns the most copies of the Guinness Book of Records. That totally is. There's gotta be, right? That's a good one. That would be okay. That would be very satisfying to see because I love how consistent the size and shape the Guinness Book of World Record books are. At least as far as I can tell, they're all the same size. So it would be kind of neat to see, like in a museum or something, to see them all like laid out next to each other. That'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't want it in my own house, but to see it in a museum or something would be neat. For a few seconds. Fans of your go-to grade school books were always the cool mineral and rock books. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. I used to like collecting rocks, but not because I was interested in science, but more because I thought maybe they had value as like, maybe there's gold in this one. I didn't know how rocks worked, but I just feel like you never know. Like you might crack this one open and there's just like an oyster inside. And inside of that oyster is a pearl. Kind of like, yeah, if you're playing Minecraft or something and you just collect everything. Like, you never know. There's like, oh, copper? There's just copper down here? Okay, I'll keep that. That could be useful. And so for me, it's just like, oh, you know, this rock looks kind of orange. That could be, I don't know. Just take this to a vendor. Who knows? It might even be a dinosaur fossil. I've definitely collected a few rocks thinking they were potentially major scientific breakthroughs. Like, I think I still have them somewhere. I think I have them in my nostalgia box, but that's like tucked away somewhere. I'll have to find them at some point. But I definitely remember two different rocks. One I thought was like the tooth, the fang of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, because it looked like a fang, like about this big. It was like that big. And it had this kind of interesting texture to it, and it looked like a tooth. And I just kind of convinced myself, this is a dinosaur tooth. And then I also had another rock that had like these weird kind of, I don't know, it just looked like three like tiny shelves. Tiny shelves. Not in like a delicate sort of fossil-y kind of way, but more just like chunky shelves. I don't know. I convinced myself that was also just like some Jurassic Park fossil reference dinosaur thing. Yeah, I still have them somewhere. Crazy if they actually were something scientifically relevant. Damn. Change my profession from webcomic artist to archaeologist. Rock scientist. You had a little rock with golden speckles. I was sure it was gold. Now I realize it was probably pyrite. I think even to this day, I would probably still think it's gold. If it looks gold, if it's sparkly, it's probably gold. quiet artist. I loved fact books. I think I was a very annoying child because I always asked my parents about how the world worked and why things happened. And one Christmas, they got me this book that was all about answering those kinds of questions. It was my favorite book. I bet that was like the most peace and quiet your parents ever had. It was definitely a quiet Christmas. It was definitely no. It was definitely a silent night for your parents that night. There we go. Silent Night. That makes way more sense. Quiet Christmas. That's not a song. Is it? I am dreaming of a quiet Christmas. Shoop. 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 Whatever. I'm gonna do it with this polyline. I don't know if this is any good, but I'm just experimenting here. I feel like Garfield uses this kind of technique a lot, where it's just like this abstract shading wedge in the background. I kind of like it. Pretty good. It's a nice lazy way of making the background look more interesting than it is. Lazy or genius? I'll decide for you. It's genius. Not sure about this panel here, though. I mean, I think it might need a different color background or something, or I don't want to be like a red background, like, excuse me, this is more cash. So I don't know. I'm not sure about it yet. Oh, did your school have those Scholastic book order forms? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it did. I never got a book from it, but I loved looking through the brochure. That was probably the most reading I did when it came to Scholastic book fairs. I just read the brochure over and over, and I would like circle the books I was really interested in, and then eventually nothing happened. Eventually, I would either lose interest or forget to keep pestering my parents about it. But it was always such a highlight getting those Scholastic book fair brochures at school, and everyone was like looking at them and comparing. Oh, which one? Which one are you gravitating toward? Well, I mean, we wouldn't say gravitating toward. That'd be a fancy primary school. Timothy, which one of these reading materials would you happen perchance to be gravitating toward? If we spoke like that, we wouldn't need Scholastic book fairs. And to be honest, I'm surprised that we even had that in Dubai. Like, seems like more of a, I don't know, British American thing. In hindsight, it's surprising to see it be a thing in dusty old Dubai, back when it was still like half a desert. What am I doing? You know, I think I'm gonna take a short break here because I've run out of my drinks, and I need to stretch my legs a little bit and come back to this. Oh, I think I know what I'll do after I come back. I might work on the reflections of the table, make it look a bit shiny, and see how that goes, and then tinker with the background color, because right now it's kind of hurting my eyes to see. But yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes, so sit tight, or don't. Stand loose, and see you soon. BRB. B. All right, welcome back. Thank you very much for your patience. Where are we up to here? Let's see. A lot of like itty bitty kitty clips during that break I saw. Right, what are we doing? So we're looking at the comic here. And table, that's right. We're gonna do something about the table. Also the cat I think could also be a bit better colored too. It's a bit too dark. I mean, even just that looks a little bit better. Maybe lower the intensity of the stripes just a smidge. Yeah, it's looking alright. But yeah, the table we're gonna make it look a bit better. What's this? Quiet artist. Actually, I'm told that I was a very peaceful child. I would sit and play for hours on end and was very quiet. My parents say I only became a problem when they would come in and make the mistake of asking how I was doing. I would just go off asking questions. It was better to let me do my own thing. Oh. Sounds adorable. And now, do you still ask questions about the universe? Or are you just dead inside? Don't know, don't care. Your new motto. Actually, there's a book that you might be interested in reading. Not that I give out many book recommendations, mainly because I haven't made my own book yet. But you probably even have read it before. The Short History of Nearly Everything. A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson, I think, is the name of the author. Sounds like that could be something up your alley. Because it's like exactly what it says on the tin. But it's kind of like done in a funny way. It's like written in a way that's interesting and not just so like scientific. Not to say scientific isn't interesting, but it's not as like dry as like, here's a bunch of research, numbers. It's like more conversational. Fun intended. You have it on your desk right now? Oh, that book? Nice. I only have the sample on my Kindle app on my phone. It takes me forever to read because I only read like when I'm in bed, and then when I'm in bed, I'm like super tired, and end up having to reread the pages I read the night before that, and yeah, I get a lot of mileage out of just the sample. And also, what's this area? Idea for a bonus panel. Well, let's see. Let's see what you got here. Nice. Nice, clever use of my other comic panels here. Also, pretty neat that it's actually this exact same color cat in both of these panels. Very good, very good. It works. Actually, I already have bonus panels in mind, if you can believe it. I can even tell you how long the bonus panels will be. Actually, I was gonna think, should I make it a prediction thing? But I don't want to do that just in case I decide to change my mind a little bit later. And you're gonna have to take my word for it as well, because I'm not gonna reveal it just yet. So I'll just tell you how many panels I'm thinking the bonus panels will be. It's going to be 4 panels. The bonus panels. 4 panels. Can you believe it? It's almost a whole new comic. Basically is. So something to keep an eye out for. And yeah, I'm thinking of releasing it for free the same time I'm putting out this comic. Different strategy. I'm not gonna make a habit of it. Bonus panels in general is still gonna be a sub/patron exclusive thing. But for this one, I think it might work well. Oops. Okay, so what am I doing? Table. Okay. Jesus Christ. Let's select the table here. Make it this color or something. And then make another one. And make another layer. And then I'm just going to see what this looks like. What if we did... Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just... I mean, it already looks very shiny, but this is just the base blurry layer. I'm still going to tweak it. Yeah, I'm going to still tweak it some. Oh, and comic titles. Oh my goodness, Dry Erase Girl. Thank you for the reminder. But you're going to have to miss them. All right, have a good rest of your day. Take care. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in tomorrow's stream. And, or, not to be presumptuous. And also, if you're still on holiday, hope you have a good rest of your holiday. All right. So we have this layer. Now I'm going to add a mask to it. And then this is just going to be... It's basically fading it out. So we're just not going to have it too reflective. It's not a mirror. We're just going to have it fade out a little bit. Just so... But I also hope it doesn't look too distracting. I wonder if I can just change... What if I change the blending mode? Would that be kind of crazy? Oh my goodness. That is nuts. Changing to overlay. Normal looks like this. Overlay looks like this. I think normal is alright. What if I make this whole thing a bit brighter? Dower. Oh god, it's so distracting. What even is this comic about? All I can focus on are the reflections. Maybe it's a good thing. It'll distract people from what the punchline is, and it's about hitting on a cat. I might have made the reflection a bit too blurry, but I don't know. Or is it just distracting? It is kind of an art style clash, is it not? It also kind of looks like they're behind like a fogged glass wall rather than it being a reflection. I don't know. Can't tell. I'll think about it. But Ikubo, you gotta go as well? Okay, catch you later. Take care, Ikubo. Take care, take care. Yeah, I think maybe I'll save the titles for tomorrow's stream. Or should we just do it now? Yeah, let's just do the titles now. And then tomorrow could be something completely different. Remember when Loading Arts had super detailed visual effects? Yeah, those are the ugly comics. Too distracting. Let's see. On Strike, you're gonna head out to bed as well? Okay, have a good night, Strike. Take care. I can't tell. Comic titles now or tomorrow before everything else? I don't know, maybe tomorrow. I feel like a lot of people are going to bed. Grass Cutter, congrats. I think otherwise, though, I think the comic's looking okay. What do you guys think? I mean, there's a lot of, this color in the background, but then again, is that so bad? Is that so wrong? I think it looks alright. The speed. Grass cutter too fast. Fast cutter. And Anaria, me as well. Have a super nice rest of the stream. All right, have a good night, Anaria. Take care, take care, take care. Have a good one. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. Can't think of anything else I'd want to really do. Actually, you know what? I suppose I should probably do some fake details on the page here. And it's just gonna be like, you know, lines and whatever. Like this, kind of boop boop. And then we lower the opacity. And then we mask out just this part. Yeah. There we go. Easy peasy. Just like that. We flip it and see if it looks good on the other side. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now they're making eye contact. I'm not sure if he's actually... Do you think it looks like he's looking at her? That looks a bit better. I think he was looking over her before. Yeah, it always helps to flip things horizontally. Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. Needs a spider, though? Yeah, it does. Though I always add that after the stream nowadays. Keep it suspenseful where the spider could be. Who knows? Ugh. I hate it. I think we have new neighbors, and they are smokers, and the smoke keeps wafting into through my window. I hate it. I hate it. It's one of the downsides of Europe. Not that I live in Europe, but I'm saying, like, recently going to Europe, just so many smokers in Europe. It's weird because smoking is not really a thing in New Zealand. Because it's so expensive to buy cigarettes. A lot of people just vape, which is also annoying, but at least it's not as annoying as smoking. Send them an email about it? Oh, I wish. I don't know their email address. And the last time I complained about cigarette smoke in the building, nothing really got done, so there goes that. What kind of smoke? MJ? Cannabis? No, not cannabis. I wouldn't complain if it was. No, it's just regular Marlboro country fresh smoke. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Save. And I'm gonna stop touching it so much. Otherwise it'll start to chafe. Close this, don't need that. Close this. Pace has been asleep like the entire time. Cutie. All right, that looks pretty good. But yeah, I think we'll do titles at the beginning of tomorrow's stream. And I think I might wrap up a little early today, to be honest. I've got the brain poop going on a little bit. Too much brain fecal matter floating around. Floating around in my head. Yeah, I think I might have an earlier lunch. Chicken sandwich today. And come back fresh tomorrow. Let's do that. Nick Tofi, you off as well? All right, have a good night. Good night, Tofi. And yeah, let's wrap things up. We'll end with a nice sleepy raid. So let's see who we got here. Teriyaki chicken sandwich with Maggi sauce. I don't have the Maggi sauce yet. That sounds really nice though. Teriyaki chicken. Nice, nice, nice. No. I think the grocery store has like these chicken sandwiches that are pretty good value. But it's really plain chicken. It's just like shredded chicken. But it's also got salad in it, some mayo. It's pretty good. Pretty good value. Which is one of the most important factors of deciding on what to eat for lunch. Let us go and... Let's go and give... You know it. Let's go give Extra Fab some extra fabulous Loden love. Because he is also doing a webcomic right now. He's working on his comic. Although he's using Photoshop, though. But if you don't mind Photoshop, then let's go and send Extra Fabulous some Loading Hours love, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's stream. Thank you very much for watching. A lot of fun today, hanging out with you all, and very productive as well. Finish the comic. Tomorrow, comic titles, and then something else. So see you around, see you in the Discord, and goodbye. Farewell. Take care. Bon voyage.